Hello, guys. And after 2 years, we're back. However, we're not back where it all began. We're actually in me and my buddies' world, server, I should say. Currently, we're just playing in creative for the fun of it, I guess. In the future, we do plan on updating to the Caves and Cliffs update when it eventually happens. And when that happens, we're gonna switch just to vanilla survival. But for now, we're just gonna get all of that building itch out of the way. But I do have a world tour for you today, just out of most of the stuff that we built so far and that I know of the location of. Mainly it'll be me and my girlfriend's stuff and a little bit of my girlfriend's brother's stuff in between. But first, I think we will start with my original platform, which I'm just gonna skip out of that into flight mode and we'll hop into here. So this is my, initially when we started we said we were gonna play in survival initially. This was my little starter base kind of a deal. It was just a small little thing. I had a horse up here and unfortunately it died pretty quick, but I had kind of my storage back here of just some random crap. But this is my little starter home, I guess you would say. After that, I actually did expand straight upwards, and since we turn on creative at this point, I decided to make myself a enchanter room here. A lot of this first initial building, I strictly wanted to incorporate into this mountain here, which is why there isn't, I didn't remove all of this dirt and stuff. It's kind of just part of the aesthetic, I guess. Also a couple chains on either side holding that together. In here is just a dark storage room. Now that I know that we aren't really going to be using this particular world for survival, we might come the new year. I'm going to talk to them and see how that's going to go. But from what I can tell from right now, let me just refresh that. There we go. From what I can tell right now, we may just stay in creative until the world hits. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to, or if you want to see me record on this world. I can record building and stuff like that. Just let me know what you want and if you're excited that I'm back recording. I am in college right now, but I do have my own place with my girlfriend now. So a lot has happened in 2 years, so I am actually a little bit more open to record. So if this is something that you guys want to see, and let me know how I'm doing in terms of commentary and that kind of stuff. I do know that my keyboard is kind of loud, and I am sorry for that. I also know that I do say a lot. I'm trying to cut back on that, but time will tell. Next, from there, I expanded up a little bit more, built a nether portal. Let me do this. So, and here's my nether portal. Again, went heavily on the aesthetic just because I have access to all of the blocks and of infinite capacity. So that's that. I don't know why that is a grass block. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a glowstone. Let me fix that real quick. Okay. Next, what you'll realize in this world is there is a lot that I have half started and not completed. Hopefully I'm going to be wrapping up all of the projects that I've started now before hopping on another one. Now that I have time and I know kind of what's going on with the server, it'll give me a little bit better of an idea of what I'm gonna be able to do in terms of building, stuff like that. We'll check out my mega tree in a minute here. That is nowhere near complete. There's actually I screwed up and initially the world had fire tick enabled, and there's a thunderstorm. You can see where I'm going with this. That entire tree burnt down, and I was super sad. Had to roll back the server. There used to be a bunch of glowstone that ran under the island, and it used to be quite a bit more filled out. Looked a lot better before, but I really didn't want to rebuild the tree, so I just rolled back the server slightly, and here we are. But continuing over here, this is probably my least aesthetic build. It's just a simple netherite duplicator. Kind of just does what it does. I expected to go into creative or survival in this world, excuse me, so that was just going to be one of my little cheaty ways to always have netherite. Next is going to be just a little aesthetic build here. Again, I need to work on my lighting a little bit more, but this is just a simple little oasis pond thing that spills over into a waterfall and the side of the mountain there. Just thought it looked nice. That was kind of a bare spot in the mountain I didn't really know what to do with, so I just added a mountain. This is nowhere near complete. I built it, didn't know what to do with it, so kind of just left it. It kind of just fills up, again, part of the mountain. This is part of a underground kind of throne room, I guess. This goes quite deep, chains all the way down. For this part I was stupid and didn't yet add world edit into the server, so this is actually all placed by hand, like the idiot that I am. But you'll see as we get farther into these builds that world edit has been implemented a little bit more, and yeah, the latest build I've been working on, basically not that much world edit, but the one that I'll show you in the end and the one that I'll show you in the nether, those two projects. The nether is my girlfriend's brother's project, but the end's mine. Neither of them I don't think are anywhere near complete. Here's a failed redstone door, and that's basically a giant chandelier. More chains, because I like chains apparently. But yeah, the nether project is my girlfriend's brother's, and the end project's mine. But without further ado, I think we'll go check out those two projects. I do have a warp for the end, but we can just go through the nether for this one. So this is his project that he's working on. Pretty cool looking nether. I think this is meant to be a arena, so a fighting arena. I think he's working on that. If you go down here, yeah, go down here. He has his arena set up and stuff over here. Set up and everything. I think, yeah, Mob Gauntlet is what it is. But yeah. So he's been working on that. He's been hard at work working with command blocks in order to make this place pretty cool. Next we're gonna do /warp, and this is my project that I've been working on. This center area is nowhere near complete. I plan on adding a cap halfway through with a giant beam of lights like that going through it. But as we are going to push out here, pretty big end base. This guy did have the most world edit that I've used so far. Nowhere near complete. That's going to wrap around the entire thing, so it isn't just a cylinder. With a weird platform on top, there'll be a huge beam, and similar to right there, there'll be a kind of jet portion, I should say. And eventually these are going to be filled up with pink and purple and so on glass to signify the smoke. This guy does have quite a bit of command blocks also. I do have basically, I did optimize that door later into this design, but these designs are a little bit loud and excessive. Deciding on a banner for this particular build between black and white. If you made it this far into the video, let me know down below what your thoughts are on these guys. Next, this is just, I worked a long time on this build. Basically just finish or throughout the entire build are these doors. It's meant to be a space station, so it kind of makes sense in my head. As you go, I might have missed it. No, I didn't. Okay. As you're going up here, get to the next floor. I can break out here. So yeah, there's this floor, and then there's another one up here, and another one up here that is yet to be finished, and then we're up here. So there's quite a few floors to this guy, but here's a few of the command blocks. This is the only portion of this place that I've got working so far, but as you can see, that versus, I picked the wrong space to break. Come on, man. There we go. That versus this. So I did optimize it quite a bit. This is quite a lot of messy command block redstone, but I'm not the greatest redstoner out there anyway, so next we'll spawn here. We'll check out my girlfriend's stuff, and then we'll head to my two main projects. One you haven't seen yet, but this is gonna be my girlfriend's birdcage. I also missed my birdcage as well, right there. But yeah, that's my girlfriend's birdcage. Then a little panda pen down here, a fox pen over here. Up here is a few of her little builds here. These are going to be animal plots. There's her house, which is a pretty cool design. I like the angles involved in it. This is a bee sanctuary, I guess you'd call it. A floating enchanter / mini house. Another little mini house over here. She loves her mini houses. They also look so awesome. This guy's a smelter, I believe, and then I think there's something to do with this waterfall, but I don't remember. These are eventually going to be their own islands. I think I'm now going to, instead of do that island design, I'm going to do this design and make hot air balloons out of all of the floating spheres. So I'm just going to replace the blocks that are currently there with other blocks. But let's check out the tree. So I will let you know there's only one real the outside attractions around the edge of the tree, as well as the initial interior of the tree that you first step through these doors is decorated. Nothing up there is decorated, so we're just not going to worry about going up there. First, we'll check out the llama kind of mountain. I also like implementing my own little animal sanctuaries, I guess. So there's the llamas. Down here's my little fox pen. There's a couple Arctic foxes. I actually changed this biome in like this little area specifically so that those guys will spawn. Over here I have a little bird pen. I do have two bird pens. I'll show you the other one actually right now because I keep forgetting. This guy actually doesn't have any birds in it right now because I did get pranked with that chicken head, and the chickens caused all my birds to despawn, so that's fun. But anyways, there used to be probably about 1,000 chickens in that fucking head. Excuse my language, but yeah, it is very much not inhabited right now. Anyways, let's continue with the tree. Next is actually going to be kind of right before starting this new project. This was what I was working on most recently, and this is going to be my mob dungeon. Not quite complete, but each mob is going to have their individual little displays. I also have a charge creeper kind of in its own little thing. Down here is zombie horse, blazes, skeleton horses. I may expand through this wall a little bit or go down here somewhere to add more nether creatures, but it all depends on the size of the island below me. That basically is it, I believe, for this for right now. in terms of this. But in terms of aesthetics, I think this next thing is probably one of the better things I've built recently, and that is actually going to be my immersive. And this is kind of a cafe bar kind of deal, but it is surrounded by a beautiful aquarium. I can do slash through and get into here so you can actually check it out a little bit, but I have tons of fish in here all named my girlfriend and my first initial. Don't but anyways, there's also I think puffers somewhere in here. Yeah, here's a puffer. There's some of those guys. Initially there was dolphins, but they seem to be bugged out in this version, I guess, and don't like to stay spawned, which is wonderful because they die and disappear. There's no actual there's no air holes, so this is completely contained, obviously. There's a funny story to go with this aquarium. I actually did forget an air hole, and I did the world edit command / fill water, and I did it 1,000 block radius, not realizing that that hole was there, so I had 1,000 block radius of water around the entire area. So that was fun. Had to clean that up, which was very much not so. But enough with this guy. Let's get through there and out of there, as there's nothing really else to check out. However, down here there's a little, eventually, well, there's two ways to get up to the platform, or up there. One is this elytra launch platform where you just take off from there. The other way is from that balloon that you can see the ladder, which I haven't finished this path yet, so, but it goes all the way around here and down and around. However, if you split off over here a little bit, custom tree, as well as this another skeleton horse. This one was actually found in the wild, so that's why I kind of kept it. Don't know why this is blown up. Let me just fix this really quick because it's annoying. I'm trying to keep this video under 20-25 minutes for you guys, just so that I can run it and upload it tonight, hopefully on October 24th, 2020. If I don't, you can get at me if you really care that much. But next thing we're going to check out is going to be my most recent project. This is the project that I put the most attention into so far, and it is nowhere near complete, but we'll give you a little run through so far. This is what I would likely be recording to upload, walking through, talking through exactly what I'm doing, that kind of deal. If you do want to see that, let me know down below. Leave a like. More likes that I get, typically I only get 1 or 2 a video, if that. So if I see more than that, I will know for sure that you guys want to see that kind of series. But let's continue on to this guy here, which is my most recent. This is going to be my kingdom. It is super close to spawn. Everything that we're building other than the end base and the nether base, I believe, is super close to spawn. However, we aren't very close to spawn. We did figure out this. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't know that was possible, but all right. Let me just go back to creative. Anyways, yeah. So I will definitely be working on this guy. It is super huge. It's a super huge project that I'll be tackling over the next couple months. But initially, as you walk into the kingdom, you're going to be greeted with this nice little waterfall, as well as a couple traders here. These guys are going to be trading you some books and stuff. These guys apparently don't like to take onto their trade. I can't kill them without all of them having their prices super lowered, which is a pain in my butt. But anyways, so I have a bunch of these guys. They are all stuck in their places, even though I can get in. In and out, they cannot. So I do have a few villagers here. This is going to be the fishing shack. I'll have an automatic fisher in here. This is going to be super nice if we actually do plan on switching to survival. It's just one of the few other things like my netherite generator, enchant table, portal, everything like that. Actually at the top, I lied, at the top of the, at the very top of my tree, there is a end portal as well to get to my end base because I'm cheaty like that. But anyways, let's continue with this. This guy's just a bakery. I wanted to add a few aesthetic pieces in here, so this guy's just going to be the bakery. Pretty simple design. I love this checkerboard pattern with just kind of enclosing the meeting area, just kind of, I don't know, I enjoy it. Then when you actually get in here, you can see this does extend all the way up as far as it extends. Next, we're going to check out the next building. These guys are, that's completed basically, I believe, the fishery. Obviously, I still need to put a fishery in. This guy is just my enchanting, kind of cheaty enchanting books storage for right now. Back here is going to have basically all the books you're ever going to want. Honestly, we've already cheated this much to build all this stuff. I'm really not too worried about it. If we do switch to survival about being overstacked, I honestly just plan on building and stuff like that anyway. Next, you're gonna, this kingdom's kind of separated into a few will be separated into a few subdivisions. This first one is going to be kind of the poor work subdivision. I'll just talk about this as I'm filming this a little bit better. But this can be the poor work subdivision, so lighter colors of wood, less exotic quote-unquote wood doesn't look quite as good. I personally, at least, I don't like the oak wood look quite as much as the darker style of oak, or like dark oak wood and other like spruce, that kind of deal. As you can see, I used here in more of the trader official buildings. That kind of wood will be used over in this section. I plan on building a road, probably splitting off here, going around to meet up down there. And that'll all be filled in with that kind of style of house with another hedge running on either side of this road. I may actually put it on the other side of a couple buildings along here for more trader shacks. But we'll continue on to in here. I did copy and paste this house a few times. I honestly don't want to build 500 houses. I will build about a dozen different designs for each. Or I built I think a dozen designs slash model or like templates for the poor division, and I'll just be kind of copying and pasting these ones throughout the rest of this little area up to there. That's kind of just how I plan on quickly and efficiently getting through kind of the methodic or the tedious part of building a big structure. So this will kind of be the poor division. This is meant to be a more medieval style build. But yeah, so making our way through here. These roads are not yet complete. As you can tell, I haven't added any of the coarse dirt or gravel yet into any of this, but I kind of figured why not build some of the buildings beforehand and just do it that way. Pretty much every one of these buildings do have their rooms. At one point there was a trader in there, I guess he disappeared. For the most part, I did try to cram as much as I could into these houses, because in my imagination all of these houses are super packed and have big families in them, except for this guy, but he does have a nice turtle pond in his backyard. Oh my god, they're breeding like crazy. So I bred the turtles once, right? And I left, and now they've apparently bred twice. Twice more. Anyways, so there's a couple more house templates I haven't finished yet. I set out the foundation. These are my favorite houses to build, right? So I love to set out this kind of foundation work. If I'm feeling the house, I'll build it right then. If I'm not quite feeling the house, like here, I got halfway done here, and I realized that I made it a little close, but I'll just live with that. But if I'm not quite feeling it, I won't fully start on the house. I'll just partially build it, like these two. Kind of just did roofs on them. This guy is going to not run into the same issue as these ones, just because it doesn't fall into the same exact block. But all of these houses basically are complete on the inside, unless they look like this or that. If they have walls, they should have interior walls. Like here's the staircase to go up. Apparently I like leaving dirt everywhere. That is not the correct wood. There we go. And if I do one of those, there, a little storage area. Or I could make this a basement, either or would probably work. Like I could just pop that down. Boom. There's the basement beginning. Easy as that. Yeah, so there's, each of them have their own independent backyards, that kind of deal. I know this is kind of a long video. I'll try to make all my other videos probably around 15-20 minutes, if that long. I know that attention spans aren't that long. Most people only click on for, I actually checked out the analytics after 2 years on this channel, and it hovers around 4 minutes of watch time, so I only expect about maybe 15% of this video to actually be viewed. But who's ever interested in viewing the whole thing, I'm super glad you're here. If you like my style of building or like how I build, let me know down below. I super appreciate anybody who reaches out. But the next kind of major building in this, well, one of the few major buildings so far that I've built, is actually going to be sawmill. Responsible for all of the wood, obviously. I haven't built the yard for all of the exotic wood yet. I've just built the one for this basic wood. A couple big stacks with the entry to, let me go around to the front. Entry to this guy over here, which is the cutter. Super basic, kind of a weird design, I know. Drop this guy down, that's how you push the logs outwards. Then you receive them through here, carry them to either of the base. It's kind of the deal that I'm going for. Couple logs sitting in here for display of what they cut. I know that the log in the back corner is not super easy to see, but you can kind of see it through there. But yeah, there's that. Next is actually going to be, these two houses are copies of that first house I showed you. As you can see, still haven't completely fixed the world edit issues. Come on. There you go. Yeah, it's still kind of holy. But, excuse me, here's the castle. This section is probably about 200 by 500 blocks, roughly. Maybe closer to 300 by 400, somewhere in that range, if you're counting from longest point to longest point. But about half, admittedly about half the area is actually going to be the castle. So the castle is going to be a huge project. That one I would definitely, if you guys want me to, I will definitely record the castle by all means. I'm actually also, because I know the watch time won't be perfect on this video or anywhere near it, I'm also going to have cards in the video. So if you want me to start recording again and get this series going, for sure let me know in those cards. And after that, the next season, quote unquote, I will, if you guys want me to, I'll start a season 2 on when we update to the new server, and that'll be purely survival with all of, like, the 4 of us. Currently, I'm trying to get a couple of my other buddies I'm seeing what my buddy, out of my buddies, sorry, I can't talk, has Minecraft, and we'll see if they want to join the server as well. I'm just trying to keep this more of a friendly local group, kind of like the Minecraft group back in the day. I know they're not so huge
as huge anymore in terms of their amount of people online at all times, that kind of deal, like they used to be, and the scale of just everything that happens on that server. I know a lot of them migrated over to Hermitcraft, but I hope that this that you guys enjoyed, and that if you guys want me to, I will continue recording. Just let me know. I want to do what you guys want me to do. If you want to see building, let me know down below. I could technically switch to survival and start a survival world, I could start a survival world, a single player, or I could switch to survival in this world. And the last option, and another option for that scenario is waiting until the new year to switch to survival and just say, hey, whole server switching until and after the new update comes out. But we will 100% this world will be downloaded. I'm not gonna delete all of this work that I've done in this world, but it will be downloaded, and when that new update comes, for all we know, that could be the middle of next month. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you coming back after 2 years. Let me know how my commentary is, if I sound different, if you enjoyed the video, and leave a like if you want me to continue. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys on the next episode.